Hello, all our lovely spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo! Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate all of you, especially those of you who are watching live right now on youtube.com/scarish and twitch.tv/scarish podcast. We love doing these things live. I will give you guys the warning that I'm getting some alerts down here letting me know that we're dropping some frames, so there might be a little bit of lag. It'll be on our end, not on your end, so don't worry about it. I know YouTube works a little bit better for folks when when this happens, so it's just one of those things. It's not everything good can be happening for the month of April because if you're watching us, you notice that I'm still in my work attire, and I'm just going to start doing this from now on Wednesdays because I have to drive straight home, set up the entire studio, and if you also notice, our donation goal has broken, and I had no time to troubleshoot it. So if you give us donations,
because we didn't make last month.
It'll still pop up, right? It'll still pop up on the screen, so you'll still be able to see see what you've donated, and we'll appreciate it. We'll call it out, all that fun stuff. But aside from that, it just won't track the things, but we'll know. We'll all know. So
that's the important part.
It is. So thank you to all of you who've joined us. We're going to be doing a Storytime episode where we read your homegrown horrors. Now, Robin, what is a homegrown horror?
So, homegrown horrors are the awesome paranormal, supernatural, weird, coincidental maybe stories that have happened to you or your family or your friends. We've had some really heartfelt ones and some really hilarious ones.
Some really scary ones
some really,
sometimes.
really scary ones. And it's the community that lets these episodes happen, that helps this happen.
These are the stories that you folks submit us, like she said. And if you'd like to submit your story, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to scarish.com and click on Contact Us. Send us your story that way. You can also tweet at us at ScarishPod. Instagram is at ScarishPodcast. And one of the best places that you can reach us is Facebook.com/ScarishPodcast. Message us directly there. So those are the best ways to reach out to us. There's a bunch of ways. So if you guys want to get a hold of us, feel free to do so. And we're always willing to listen. We had someone email us this week like, hey, please don't share this on the podcast.
Took care of it.
I just want to share this with you, and we're like, thank you for that. And we also had another one that Robin's referring to that's like, hey, I sent my story, it wasn't done yet. Please don't share this on the podcast if you get to it before I get done. So that stuff happens. So just let us know, communicate with us. We're very
active. I try my best to be very active in the social media and make sure I'm checking our Instagram and our Twitter and our Facebook, and we want to build this community and be a part of it. So boop.
Indeed. So who's going to go first this evening? Are you going to go first, or am I going to go first?
I haven't even thought about it.
So clearly I'm going to go first. So this first one's subject is time for a story, y'all. And
it's story time. What are the odds?
It's perfect, dear God. And it starts out like this. Before I tell this story, I'm going to say that you can share this on your podcast if you want, and that I'm on mobile, so expect mistakes ahead. But let's get right into the story. By the way, there are no basements, smiley face. Well, thank you for that. And hopefully any of the mistakes were caught by my mom. Shout out to my mom for still editing these emails for us. We appreciate you. And the story starts out like this. I was around 7 or 8 when this happened, so it's been a while. I was putting away my clothes that my mom had folded for me. Oh, I miss those days. That my mom had folded for me when I started to hear scratching above me. It was a quick but heavy pitter-patter that only lasted a second, but my already paranoid self screamed for my mom to come into my closet. She ran up, most likely thinking it was a spider since I was deathly afraid at the time. I'm still deathly afraid of spiders.
It's human.
It was a human, or
no,
it's human
it's
to be afraid of spiders?
Be afraid of spiders.
Oh, okay.
Thank you
right
so
on.
much, 6924/7.
6924/7 is a pretty solid name. Who just followed us on Twitch. Also, shout out to IRL Tatiana, who followed and subscribed to us today, and shout out to Black Canary 1117, who followed us during the week, and Jaxie Babe, who subscribed during the week, and Horse Loves Nothing, who subscribed during the week, and This Great Coast, who subscribed during the week.
Thank
you folks all
so
did that in
much.
the off time, and sometimes this thing doesn't update, and I can't give the shout outs for the people who do it when we're not live. It actually did today, so thank you to all of you.
Sometimes dead's better.
I hate you so much. So the mom's running upstairs because she thinks this is a spider. I told her what happened, to which she sighed and said it was most likely mice, and that she would get my dad to put rat poison in the attic to kill them off. In parentheses, forgot to mention I had an attic. So that's kind of creepy, but not really.
It's not as bad as a basement.
Sometimes it's worse, because that's usually where you catch people living when they live inside your house.
We watched a movie recently where the guy went up to the attic and the girl was in the attic.
What girl?
It was like...
What was
the girl was possessed, but nobody thought that she was the one that was possessed. And so he went up to the attic to check because he heard a noise, and the girl was up there and she was all possessed and she like
It was that
murdered
crappy.
a rat or something.
Oh, I
and
don't know. I remember watching a crappy movie like 3 months ago with that guy from True Blood, but I don't remember any other movie where there's a girl in the attic that's possessed. So you're gonna have to give me more details or
I don't
remember
know.
the name of
We
it.
watched so many.
I think this might be one that you might have watched at work because I really don't remember any of this.
No,
So.
I don't remember.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get back to the
Oops.
email. I was relieved to hear it was not a monster like my mind was thinking, but I wouldn't be telling you this if there wasn't more to it than mice. Sad face. Later that night, when my
He's a
child
raccoon.
brain... I had a raccoon live in my attic. I've told that story. Raccoons are monsters when they live in your attic. They're just looking for a way out of the
Like
cold,
little fuzzy
but they're
little
so
garbage, like
annoying.
cats. I don't know. They're just
Trash pandas?
trash pandas.
Garbage cats.
Garbage
I guess
cats.
that's another thing you could call them. So the kid's mind is running because he hears these noises coming from the attic. I started to hear the same scratching in the walls, still quick and heavy. I thought about how my mom said it was mice and tried to sleep through it. But a few minutes later, the scratching turned to heavy knocking in the walls. This terrified me, which I think it would terrify anyone, even if you weren't 7.
It's like that show Haunting at Hill House.
Was
where
there knocking in?
There's pounding on the girls are in the bed. Spoilers, if you guys haven't watched it, you should go watch it right now anyway. But the girls are in the bedroom and the walls are like getting pounded on all around their room. Oh my god.
What? I remember that part. That's a really good
Okay.
part. It just
Your
sounded weird the way you
smirk
said
is
it.
like-
The walls are getting pounded on.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, yes.
Got it. I remember that part. It is scary.
Yes.
Okay, so they're hearing the knocking coming through the walls. This terrified me, and yet I didn't call my mom. In parentheses, this surprises me to this day. The knocking would move around the room very slowly until it was right behind my head, to which it stopped for a few minutes and then started up again, repeating what it did earlier. Somehow,
I would freak out.
I would too. Somehow I fell asleep during this, and when I woke up the next morning,
How?
I still didn't tell my mom what happened. I did ask my sister, in parentheses, who shared a room with me, if she heard it, to which she said no. That's crazy if you're experiencing that and there's another person in the room with you that doesn't hear it and
Yeah.
doesn't wake up. Because
Yeah.
it just makes you even more paranoid about something going on.
Because you think you're crazy.
You do. So, okay, she said she didn't hear this. This would go on for 6 months. And at one point, my sister woke up during it and was scared out of her mind. But she has never mentioned it to me, so I think she forgot. There would still be scratching in the walls and in the closet, but I felt safe as there was a light to turn on during that moment. And there was a light to turn on during that moment. It started. But after 6 months, it all just stopped. No more scratching or knocking. I was delighted to finally sleep without all of that dreaded scratching. This is just one big block of text, so bear with me, folks. I've lost my place and I'm trying to catch up now. So there's this scratching. So when I expressed my happiness to my mom that the scratching and knocking in my room was finally gone, she got confused. She then told me that my room was completely shut off from my attic, explaining that there was no way there could be scratching in there. Even if it's completely shut off, mice can still find their way into
yeah.
your walls. They can dig holes through pretty much all the drywall in your house, unless this is an
Do
old
they
house with
eat it
brick.
or do they claw it?
They do both, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they can either claw through it, and like they can get through wood sometimes if they're persistent enough and it's bad wood. If it's all brick house, I don't know. But
I mean, how much wood could a rat chuck?
I hate you so much. So kids super freaked out because the mom's like, yeah, there was no way these things could have gotten into your room. And then she continues on to say, even though my brother's room was right above the attic, how would a room be above the attic? Shout out to Zwazzles, who just subscribed to us
Thank
for the
you so
6th month in a
much.
row. It said, love you, just stopping in to refresh. Have a good night, spooky familia, smiley face.
Thank you so much for sending your story. Oh wait, is there more?
I thought you were going to speculate because you said before.
Oh,
there is more, yes.
With the room being above the attic, that's possible. Or
How-
above the bedroom.
See, to me, attic? No, he said room above the attic. Like, the attic is usually the top of your house, if I'm not mistaken.
Then yes, that I don't understand.
Okay, so let me go back here and see if I maybe missed a sentence since this is all jumbled up. So when I was expecting happiness, she told me that my room was completely shut off from my attic, explaining that there was no way there could be scratching in there and absolutely no knocking. But what also confused her was that our room was the only room that experienced this, even though my brother's room was right above the attic, which should have picked up on the scratching and knocking. So I guess this is an attic between, I don't know. I've never seen a house like this, so this is interesting. I was totally terrified and wouldn't sleep in my room for a week. The knocking and scratching never started up. I even forgot about it at one point until I was 13 years old. I was in my closet again looking for clothes to wear when that same scratching started up again. Remembering what had happened to me years earlier, I noped the hell out of there and decided I would rather go in PJs to school than go back in there.
You know, in college, girls do that all the time.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a common thing
girls
in college.
Go in their PJs and their fucking Uggs and like
They get yelled at by people outside.
Oh my god.
Continuing the thing, but my mom forced me to put clothes on, so I ran back in there and picked up whatever clothes I had lying around and got out of there. It hasn't happened since, and I hope it never does again. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing spring break, and I hope you read this soon.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
I had a really good spring break. It was
a
nice.
fun time. I was we went to Disneyland on your spring break, and the day we were at Disneyland is when I got offered the job. So
and we did so much. I was explaining to my coworkers the other day because they asked me, "Oh, you went to Disneyland?" I was like, "Yeah," and I told them everything we did in that 6-hour span, and they could not believe how much we did in 6 hours.
That's funny. Yeah, we had a really good day at Disney.
It was insane. It was
just a really good day in general.
Ride after ride in 6 hours. It was incredible.
I'm really curious about the layout of this house. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but like having a room above an attic, it sounds like it's a crawl space between like the second and third floor or the first and second floor.
Well,
it's really hard for me to picture.
Say we had an entryway into the
attic.
attic.
You're looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah, so say we had a little entryway into the whatever is above us, right?
That'd be the attic.
And then there are places that have the like extra little bedrooms that are kind of like nook type things almost. So maybe it's like you could get up into that space and there's a little space between the levels. And then above that, they've built like a little...
So they'd have to go through the attic to get to their room?
No, like somewhere there's a different entryway up into it or something. You know
I don't
what
know.
I mean?
I'll have to go ahead and check out more HGTV to get more familiar with some of these housing plans.
I love HGTV.
What do they call them? Floor plans. With some of these floor plans, because that one's kind of weird. But thank you for sending us your story. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Hopefully
you so much.
don't hear scratching now that we've read this to everyone that listens. So that'd be super creepy.
I could not handle... I mean, I used to live in a house that had vaulted ceilings, and we would constantly hear noises and scratches and stuff like that. But I think it's because we lived in the middle of nowhere and animals got into everything. So even if we didn't have an attic, they were in the walls somewhere. They had to be. But I mean, could have been ghosts. Who knows?
Lots of things get into walls.
But it's definitely...
It happens a lot.
Where I lived, it was windy too. So you're hearing the wind blowing on the house, making it creak.
Right.
And so it could be anything. I mean, it could also be ghosts and demons, but it could be anything.
Right on.
Alrighty.
So let's move into stream chat. I see a lot of folks have joined in since the beginning of the show. I will reiterate, we are having internet problems. You are not having internet problems. Our internet is garbage, and there's nothing I can do about it. Cox sucks. Just saying.
It's because
Cox sucks. Cox. And it's super fucking frustrating
because
we're...
the Cubs game is getting worked on.
I don't know if that's why. I mean, my mom works all the time while we do this, and it doesn't always do this, so that wouldn't really affect it. It's just we have no bandwidth for whatever reason, so if we're stuttering in and out, we do apologize for that. But don't worry, it is not your fault. It is our fault, and hopefully it'll fix itself, although I am getting more notifications that we're dropping frames.
I am definitely... In Twitch, it's just like so much.
You should
lag.
really close Twitch. You should just let me handle this, because like that's going to be hurting us too.
I'm not going to read then.
I'll just handle all of it
everything.
over here, and I'll combine all of it, and you can look over and see what you can see. And that hopefully will help a little bit, because right now we're just dropping all kinds of frames. So it looks like between Twitch and YouTube, Natalie was the first person. So shout out to Natalie. Thank you for joining us. Lots of people saying hi and hello. Thank you all for joining us. Hopefully you all haven't left yet.
I said hi in there too.
Oh, well, good work.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully you all haven't left yet.
I actually got to the desk early.
Hopefully you all haven't left yet because of how bad the stream is so far. So hopefully we'll see what happens with it. So a lot of you folks are at work or at school, I see. Akbar says, I assigned student presentations, so I should be able to stay. I think it'd be really funny if students are giving presentations and you're just like,
yeah,
that's good.
That's good.
And you're just paying attention to the stream, which
is,
of course,
you know what's smart is
stuttering.
You have, when you're doing presentations and you have a time limit on them, you have another student give the green card, the yellow card, and the red card for like when you gotta
green
wrap
card,
it up.
yellow card, red card?
Green card means like, okay, you need to keep going, keep talking more. And then yellow is like, wrap it up. Red is like, you're over your time and you get docked off. Like, say you have a 15-minute presentation.
All of my speaking courses, they actually just held up numbers.
Oh.
Where it's like, you have 5 minutes left. You have 2 minutes left. And then if you were over, they just held up a sign that said over.
Yeah, all my communication classes, they were all cards.
Right on.
Red, yellow, green cards. But it's smart to have another student do it so that you can do whatever you want, and then the students pretty much rule themselves.
Oh, wow. That's a weird way to put it. Carly says, I have to send in another homegrown horror ASAP. I've had cabinets opening right in front of my face, and nearly every time I turn on a light switch in this house, at least one bulb blows. That sucks. I don't want to say I hope it's just because your house is not level and you have bad wiring, but that's my skeptical brain trying to explain away how those...
Our lights have been flickering too.
Yeah.
So it could just be wiring, because I bet ours is just wiring.
Ours was a loose bulb because I switched that bulb out and it was fine. However, we still have a fan that flickers. We have 2 fans that flicker. I don't know. But hopefully it's nothing too paranormal. Don't say demons. She just got done saying she's having the same thing happen. Alicia says, I gave the kids snacks in hopes that they will leave me be for a little while.
That's smart.
Fingers crossed.
I like kids that can, deal with their own stuff. Like, go over there, play with your things, and they just do it, and they don't feel the need to bother you constantly.
That's funny.
But I don't know how to get kids to be that way. I guess it just depends on their personality, right? Actually, this is why I don't have kids yet.
Wow. Akbar says, the trick for not needing to pay attention is to make all the work peer-reviewed. Now I don't have to grade them. That is genius.
Yeah. See?
One of my favorite things to do
kids rule themselves.
One of my favorite things to do in class, back when I used to have writing classes or speaking classes, was peer review. And I wasn't like super harsh. I gave like really good constructive feedback. And it was like my favorite days to go. Even on like classes where I had missed so many that I was probably not going to pass because I was going to attendance fail. I'd still attend if there was peer review sessions because I'd be like, cool, I want to go read what other people have written, or I want to go listen to someone else's stuff. So we got a lot of people just saying hey to each other. Pancake says the lag is real.
Carly says, my hair's gotten so long. Yes, my hair is so long. If you guys go to like the first YouTube videos, you see that my hair used to be like all the way up here. That's how short it was. And now I have all this hair and it's glorious. And never, ever going to that place to get my hair dyed again. Ever. I went to get my hair, tried to get my hair dyed silver. And whoever was there, this dude, was like, I can do it all in one day. And so I get there, he tries to do it all in one day, and literally burns my skin, ruins my hair.
Her neck was like,
it was
burned, man.
Horrifying.
Shout out to Valley Grills who just subscribed on Twitch Prime. Thank you for subscribing.
And so I had to chop off all my hair.
Yeah.
I literally had a boy's cut
right
for a
before
very
we went to
long time.
Japan too, right?
Yeah, it was right. So yeah, if you see our pictures from Japan, like my hair is so short. I was practically just tortured while we were in Japan because I felt like not a lot of girls out there have dyed hair, for one, and not a lot of girls out there have short hair. They don't really, if you look at Japanese, they usually grow their hair out naturally
right.
Black, super duper long, and so people are gonna look at me like short boy haircut tattooed chick. Like, I don't know, it was
an amazing time, and it was probably the best time Robin's ever had.
Yeah.
But that was the down part. Don't make it seem like we went to Japan and you were just
horrible.
Like miserable
no,
the whole
except
time.
for the last day. The last day I was annoyed because I wore a tank top for the first time the entire trip, and someone was like, you can't stand here.
Yeah, go stand in the alley and eat your food.
I was like,
because the tattoos were showing. That was super
whatever.
douchey.
But anyway,
Jessica Cat says, I was almost late because I was playing with my mom's new chicks. It's so cute.
I saw the pictures. There's pictures in the Discord. If you guys haven't joined Discord yet, go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on the link for Discord and join us, because there's so many posts on there that are absolutely fun and awesome to interact with, and everyone's so chatty and lots of jokes, memes, things like that. It's really fun. Join us. It's a huge community. We just hit 200 people. It's awesome.
I am hoping this will work, but I should have just posted the Discord links in our chat for YouTube and for Twitch. If it didn't work, then I guess that's just the theme of the night.
Okay.
However, it should have posted, and I'm going to keep on reading. It looks like the chicks aren't named, but Jessica Cat says, no, if my mom lets me, I'm going to name this one Hedwig, which is the name of an owlbear that I took on my Dungeons & Dragons game, who was murdered, and it was a very sad time for me.
I mean, Hedwig does die.
It was pretty appropriate, actually.
Yeah.
Akbar is saying that they're lagging. Alicia's lagging. Everyone is lagging. So, yes, we acknowledge that everyone is lagging. It's not you, it's us. So, it's one of those things that you say to people when you break up with them. But in this case, it's 100% true. So, it's just it's a rough show, folks. Hopefully, we will get through it. But it looks like we're just getting more and more notifications of dropped frames through Twitch. So, that sucks.
Anna says a new job really changes a man.
Apparently it's just
he
a shirt and a tie.
He does look super fancy now, and I'm over here in my stupid sweater.
Well, she usually dresses up nicer than I do, and I have to try and wear something nice, so I was like, I'll just wear what I wore to work, and she'll wear her normal stuff. And then today she was like, sweater it is.
I also did my makeup in like 20 minutes. I was really proud of myself because I was just like, it's 6 o'clock. I got X amount of time to do it. I didn't do my hair. I just left it and did my makeup in 20 minutes. I was like, yes, getting to the table early. It's great. It's awesome.
So Silver says, Adam's looking all spiffy. Indeed. I just came home and was like, yep, we're going to get this thing set up and try and get this thing rolling. Apparently YouTube is just as bad as Twitch, and that's simply because
of our internet.
It's on our end.
Do. I mean,
so
unless there's like some tech person out there that's like, this is how you can fix it.
Jessie Cat does say way less lagging on YouTube, so that is good to know. It sucks because like I've tried to get our internet taken care of, and they always tell me like there's nothing wrong. Oh wait, there's something wrong, but we can only fix it by upgrading your internet. And then they quote me a price. I try and schedule it, and they're like, ooh, we said $19. We really meant $110 more. And it's like, cool, I can't afford that. So hopefully we can upgrade now.
Anna says, honestly, the lag doesn't bother me very much. It gives me more time to see what manga is on the shelf.
That's funny.
I have so many, and this shelf is overstuffed, and I still have like 3 gigantic chests of manga at my sister's house because I haven't picked it up yet. But I think I have like 8 more volumes on my nightstand too. I just love manga a lot, and there's certain series that I have to keep buying the newest one on. So Skip Beat has to be one of them. I don't buy the single volumes. I just wait until 3 volumes come out, and then I'll buy the 3-in-1, which is great, saves you a lot of money. You guys should totally do that. And then there's like Waiting for Spring. That's like a basketball one that I think is really cute. It's like half romance, half basketball.
This is the anime corner with Rob and Grace.
And there's a bunch of cute ones. I don't know. I am very big on shoujo, obviously, because of my romantic tastes. So I have a habit of just gravitating towards like the romance manga, and
she really does.
So that's mostly what I have there. It's a
like
couple one-shots, short series. Yeah.
Over on YouTube says, not saying that y'all keep putting my baby to sleep, but every time the lag hits, he wakes up. Well, that sucks. We hope the lag stops so that your baby can sleep.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Abe's Monster says, the house I'm moving into is almost 100 years old, so I'm excited to see if it's haunted or not.
I would not be excited to see if it's haunted.
Maybe I'll end up with stories to send in. That is so funny. Miss Deezy says, my stream is 2 minutes behind.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And hopefully it's behind because the stream is trying to figure out what to do. But I'm looking down at the...
It doesn't look like there's...
I'm looking down at the upload rate, and it needs to be at 4,000 KB per second. That's what it needs to be for us to be streaming normally. It has never gotten there since we started, and it's fluctuating between 3,000 and 500 kilobytes a second because that's how bad our internet is right now. It did just jump up into the 4,000 range, so hopefully it's starting to stabilize, but we'll see what happens. That is everything that I have for the stream chat so far. We will get back to it after we read the next story, though, so we can totally move on into the second story of the night.
Well, Akbar says, I'm thinking of showing one of your streams as an example on a type of public speaking, and I hope it's not a bad example.
I would say pick one that's not lagging,
because I don't want it to be like, look at these guys.
Look at how badly they go off topic. They were trying to read stream chat, and they had a 10-minute conversation about manga preference. I mean, that's just like our normal thing.
Yeah, I just we definitely go off topic. We definitely don't look at the camera as much as we should. I'm always looking this way. I should always be looking that way. And
she'll stand up and talk. She'll look up and talk. She'll like cover her mouth and talk. I had to delete an entire joke from this most recent episode of the show.
I covered my mouth.
Because while she was talking, she was like scratching her nose and you literally couldn't hear a thing.
I touch my face a lot. I shouldn't touch my face as much as I do while streaming, but sometimes it's like, there's crap in my eye. I gotta fix it. And then I try to not say or like as much as I do because I say and like
is the most frequently edited out thing during post-production for me. I recognize from her voice on an audio sample. I could recognize it. I could pick it out of a lineup. And she does like this thing where she goes and or but and she does a couple of them, and I just know I know the audio sample. I'll just see them and be like, oh, delete that.
I took a Toastmasters class I want to say maybe last year or the year before last year, and Toastmasters is like a speech class that you take. And I think it's like an actual society. You can join Toastmasters. But they teach you how...
Toastmasters at a bunch of different places of work, too.
Yeah. They teach you how to not say or not say like, or to have pauses in your speech and to kind of keep going and roll things off of the top of your head, sort of. So if you guys are interested in learning to communicate better, Toastmasters is a good thing to check out, I think.
Cool. We really need to get back to the
All
second
right,
email of the
sorry.
show. We're so far away from it right now.
Well,
And
we're only reading 4 an episode
what
anyway.
I'm concerned about is this is the most brutal episode our viewers have ever watched because it's lagging so bad, and we're talking about the most asinine things when they're just trying
You're
to get
an
scary
asinine
stories.
thing.
Thank you. Cool.
You're
Fun
welcome.
stuff.
All right, so this next email is from Anna, or Anna, whichever way you like to say it. I'm sure there's a particular way you say your name, but I can't tell from words on a screen. So this one goes, "Hey, Robin and Adam."
Hello.
Hello. Sorry I'm super awkward, but I love your podcast. I've listened to it on Spotify. I've listened to it on Spotify for almost a year now. Also an example of how not to speak. I've been debating sending my scary stories because I never found them to be that interesting, but I just heard one of the recent podcasts about night terrors, and I figured, why not?
Cool.
I also don't mind if y'all share it on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's being shared right now to the world, and I hope the world listens to this.
It's probably like right
Aw.
now. So
Okay.
check out the audio version when it releases.
Yes, that's a very good point. So, my friend Andrew and I were hanging out in his dorm watching anime like the dorks we are. Hello. That's the coolest thing to do. I remember, when we first met, he was like, do you watch Sword Art Online? I'm like, do I watch Sword Art Online? Yes, I do. So, hello. That's a good thing. Anyway, when he started to tell me about how he's gotten some creepy vibes in his room, I, being the gigantic baby I am, told him to keep it to himself because I didn't need that in my head. When I was sure
Look, I get something bad's happening to you, but you need to not talk to me about it, okay? I can't handle things that aren't happening to me, so stop talking to me. That is hilarious.
Let's see. I didn't need that in my head when I was sure I was going to be crashing on his couch. Well, he ended up telling me about all the creepy stuff he's experienced in there anyway. Douche. It's like, don't do it. No, but I have to do it.
I have to tell someone. Sometimes people have to get something off their chest. They're like, you're the chosen one.
It's like It Follows. It's like, sorry, I got to do it. You need to have this.
It's a bit different telling someone a ghost story and banging someone so they get murdered before you. But yeah, I guess it's like on a similar level.
So, creepy stuff he's experienced. Anyway, such as stuff being knocked off counters, the TV being turned on randomly, shadows, and all that fun stuff. I ended up getting spooked, but after a while, I completely forgot, which is a good thing. You're probably able to sleep and not have night. Oh, wait, this is probably where this is going.
I was going to say, yeah, this email's about night terrors, so we know exactly where this is
Well,
going.
flash forward, and you guessed it, the witching hour. I was starting to drift to sleep when I swore I heard a voice whisper to me, "Hey, let's play a game."
Hey, now,
And then you got to chop off your foot.
you're an all-star. Get your
Oh my
game
God,
on.
of course you go there.
Play.
If you scream out Andrew's name, you lose. That's this game. So something whispers, "Hey, let's play a game." If you scream out Andrew's name, you lose.
That's pretty weird, but I
That is
think I can
super
manage.
weird. This freaked me out hella hard because it was a deeper voice than my friend's voice, but I couldn't stop myself from sleeping. I ended up getting thrown into a series of nightmares where my friends would give me a vague hint of what I had to do to leave the nightmare, but they were talking like they had no idea who I was or had any regard to my well-being. It's probably your subconscious to like taking people that you've seen or and it's just doing these things to try and get you out of it, but you know what I mean? That's why they don't seem to care about you. It's because it's just your mind trying to get you to wake up.
I would love to try and be able to explain to you night terrors, but as a person who has suffered night terrors, I can tell you there is no explaining the things that happened in mine. It was just bizarre and horrifying, and there was no control whatsoever.
Anytime I'd get out of a scene, the nightmare would shift to where I'd be right back in a new scene with something doing the demonic crawl towards me. I'm trying to think of a really good example of what that would look like. Just like that long-haired chick, just like crawling on her arm.
In the ring?
Yeah, just like...
That's what I think when I think of demonic crawl, is the
Yeah.
chick crawling out of the TV in the ring.
Yeah. I kept trying to wake myself up.
And again, like Robin said earlier, which you folks that are listening to the audio version didn't hear, Asians grow their hair out, and it's long and black. That's just another example.
All right. I keep trying to wake myself up, but couldn't. Now, this is especially strange to me because I've had vivid night terrors since I was 4 or 5 years old, so I had to experience waking myself up or manipulating the nightmares to my advantage. But I could not, for the life of me, get out of this night terror. At first, it wasn't that big of a deal to me because 9 times out of 10, I have the same recurring night terrors. But this one was completely different from anything I've ever experienced. When I went through 6 or so of the scenes, I finally broke down and shouted out my friend's name. Something bad's supposed to happen, though.
You were told not to do that. There was one thing you were supposed to. There was one thing you were supposed to do, and
Dang
it was
it,
that.
Coral.
It was to not do that. Come on, man.
After that, sorry, Coral is from that stupid meme, the Walking Dead meme. I'm not saying it's Anna, obviously, is the person's name, but
Thank you for explaining the meme reference.
yes, I just had, okay. After that, I was immediately able to wake up, but when I did, I felt like someone was watching me. I thought it might have been the shadowy figures I see from time to time, but this felt different from them. It felt like it wanted to hurt and scare me. At that point, I got my purse and noped the fuck out of there, leaving my friend to deal with whatever the hell was in his room. That's kind of rude, like, see ya, bruh. I'm not staying. If you wake up, I'm gone. Just think I'm dead because I'm never coming back.
Just think I'm dead. Wow.
Okay, I proceeded to get in my car and have a full panic attack for a good hour or so.
Wow, that's
I
terrifying.
still have no idea what any of that was about. I typically shrug off things like this, given I've seen/heard things since I was little, but this event messed me up pretty bad. I still refuse to stay in his room at night, and if he wants to live with his supernatural roommate, that's on him. I, however, am not going to be that dumb girl from the scary movies that thinks it's good to explore the haunted house and dies in the process. That's all I have for that lovely experience. Sorry if it was long or boring. I thought I'd share it and see what y'all thought about it. Sorry if it's poorly written. It was written pretty good.
That's great.
Or either that or Linda edited it really well. So
I'm pretty sure it was really well written. So
I have really bad dyslexia. Whoa, that's really impressive. If you wrote all that and you have dyslexia, kudos to you because that is hard to deal with. And thus typically miss errors. Thanks for reading this. If you want, I have a lot of other creepy, unexplainable experiences that I could share. Once again, love the podcast, and I can't wait to hear the next one, Anna. Thank you so much for sharing
We
that.
appreciate you sending that. It was not too long. It was not boring.
It's
it was really good. And we want to hear the other ones. I, in particular, want to hear. You said that you've seen and heard things since you were little, like your whole life. I want to hear about those and then any other stories that you're willing to share with us. Please send them. And anyone else who has told us, like, I have more, just let me know. If we've said we want them and you haven't sent them yet, now's the time.
Yeah, send them to us. We love your stories. Even if it's like little short ones, like you have a whole bunch of experiences, but they're all really short. Compile them all into one and be like, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here.
I have one that's like multiple stories, like back to back.
We just want to hear whatever you guys want or to share. So, I mean, share with us.
Please, indeed. But yeah, that's a good story, and thank you for sharing it. So let's go ahead and look over into Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say during that one. It does not look like our lag has gotten any better, but it doesn't look like it's gotten any worse. Guess how could it get worse? Worse would be the stream just entirely shutting itself down. Here's the good thing, though, and I'm going to say this to you folks who are sticking with us, who are getting through this, because our numbers appear to be lower than normal, but they're not bad, is that we're still going to do marbles on stream. And that's not, it might lag while you watch it. It's not going to lag while it goes through. And if you're one of those people, it's like, I never win. Guess what? The field is thinned tonight. Just saying. So you have that much more of a chance to get your marble across that finish line.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm a bright sider. That's what I do. Who wants me on their corporate team? My new job does that too. And I'm really happy there too. It's not just me saying that because I'm like, cool, like I'm at a new place. Legitimately, like I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm very happy.
Who wants to give me a scholarship to college? I'd love that.
Jacques over in YouTube says, wait, but what month are they on for stories? Well, Jacques, we're into February. So I believe we just broke into February when it comes to stories that we've had sent to us. So that is where we're at, beginning of February. It's the beginning of April.
I think that's Jackie.
So it says Jacque. So I don't know if it's Jackie or Jock. That's how it's spelled to me, is Jock. I don't know. Just let me know how wrong I am. But yeah, there you go. We're 2 months. We're almost on the dot, 2 months behind. So that's a good thing because we've caught up. We were a month behind, and now we're starting to get into the meat of the stories from the new year. And once we get more of a backlog, we can go back to 6. So we're excited to do that at some point.
Anna says, I would buy manga, but I'm broke, so I'm going to keep with my pirate lifestyle. I used to work at Borders before it shut down. That's where most of my manga comes from, or came from, really. And I bought so much, special ordered a whole bunch. Like, if there was a series that didn't get published anymore, I would literally special order it to my store and get a discount on it.
I'm debating how much I want to share, but I'll just say, since you're living the pirate life, I lived the pirate life for quite a long time.
I mean, a pirate's life for me.
It was a pirate's life for me, and I had...
But, you know, dead men tell no tales.
I had terabytes upon terabytes of movies. Not just Prawn. I mean, I had Prawn too. I'm a guy. I mean, I'm a person. People like Prawn. But I had so many movies. It was insane.
I had so much anime. I literally had like all of Inuyasha, all of Bleach that had come out, all of Naruto that had come out, all of Shippuden. I had like the entire thing of Rurouni Kenshin. I had all of Trigun. I literally downloaded absolutely everything. Thank you, internet.
Josh Lee Matt says, hey, if I have an Amazon Prime subscription, how do I use it? What's the address?
Go to twitch.amazon.com and link your Twitch account with your Amazon account. Once you do that, then you can give your subscription to whoever you want, and hopefully that's us. Thanks.
At some point, Akbar, I'm not sure where it was. I remember seeing it. I don't know if I read it out loud. He said that when people say he says tish. And Anna said tish, which is just a fun sound to make with your mouth. And then we referenced the fact that we were nervous that you were going to use this as an example of public speaking. And he said, don't worry, I'm not harsh. So that's good to know. Kat says, I would probably burn my house. Such a wimp. LOL. I think a lot of people's reactions
would be just to get out of there.
Destroy the home and move on. And hopefully that takes care of it. What else do we got over here? Miss Diaz was giving instructions on how to use your Amazon account with your Twitch account.
I think that Anna is Ulri, and they said I had a heart attack thinking it was mine. Can't wait to hear the other Annas.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. I'm glad that you guys can switch between Twitch and YouTube easily. I'm glad it's not like a whole nightmare to try and...
Yeah, I'm still getting warnings, but I'm looking down and it's not dropping as low as it had been. And literally, as I said, that it dropped to 500K. So, yep, it's poopy night. Very poopy night. A's Monster says, I understand that. To be honest, I'm sure I won't be excited anymore if I actually find ghosts. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you're going to have a story. It's going to be interesting. It'll be kind of entertaining, if not scary. But once you're in the middle of it, you're like, I just want this to end. Like, I didn't want this in the first place. Etsley says, oh, no, I'm late, but hi, peeps. Etsley, just so you know, we're lagging really hardcore. It's not your stuff. It's us. It's on us. It's all us. So we apologize for that. Carly says, trust me, I have always been bummed out about the lack of paranormal-ish things in my life, and then I watched every cabinet on the left, which is facing away from the more downside hill of my house, open right in front of my eyes. Not cool with it. Yeah, that's super creepy. So I'd always prefer to have something not supernatural happen. If it happens, I'm just going to deal with it however I deal with it. If I pee my pants, I'll pee my pants. If I scream like a little girl, well, hey, that happened too. But you never know how you're going to deal with something until you have to deal with it. Do you want to read Akbar's thing about manga?
There's a story in the manga I read that a demon chases you in your sleep. The one way to make it go away is to tell other people, and they'll suffer that fate, and then it gets faster the more people it's taken, which is frightening.
Fucked up, but that is a genius premise. I really like that.
There's one manga / I think there's an anime now, but it's called like Higurashi or something, and each manga is like the same events and it just gets more and more messed up and more messed up each volume, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys like the more horror manga. Check that one out.
Miss Deezy says, nah, I think of Reagan from The Exorcist crawling down the stairs backwards when we were talking about the demon crawl. That is also a really, really creepy crawl.
Yeah.
There's also the crawl that It does in the reboot that came out in 2017.
When he comes out of the fridge?
When he comes out of the fridge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really, really creepy shit. We got some more stuff over here. Etsley says, Rip, I would do the opposite because I feel too bad. LMAO. I would never feel bad I think this is about abandoning the roommate when you wake up and you're like, sorry, bro, your place is haunted. I'm not staying here. Not roommate, but friend, whatever it was. I would leave. I would try and get them to come with me, though. I would shake them awake and be like, we need to go. I am not staying here. And then if they said that they were staying, I'd be like, cool. I had to do that to my dad once with a tornado. We had a tornado warning. He was upstairs sleeping because he had to work. I went upstairs. I'm like, hey, we have a tornado warning. The sirens are going off and the trees are bending. Like, we should go to the basement. And he looked at me. He's like, whoever wants to go to the basement can go to the fucking basement. And
if I die, I die.
He really just was like, I don't even care, and he went back to sleep. And the house was fine. So it worked out for him in that. I think he was just like, you know what? If God wants to take me, take me. I work 16-hour days. Fuck it. So, yeah, I understand that mindset.
Cat Beatrix says, I semi wonder whether the facility I'm working at tonight is haunted. It's so cold in here.
It's a good thing to be haunted in the summer, especially in Vegas.
The fact that it's cold is nice.
Save on that AC bill.
Just appreciate that it's cold and it's not melting you.
Glitch says, I'm still here. Thank you for joining us and staying with us, Glitch. We appreciate it. Cat says, it smells weird, so ghosts probably don't want to hang around here. I wonder if ghosts can smell.
Oh my gosh. Anna says, my friends and I have a motto when talking about paranormal stuff. Don't be the white girl.
White girl. I'm going to guess SWH stands for stupid white girl. They said don't be the white girl. But I'm guessing the S stands for stupid.
Not today, demons.
Meadows says, marbles. Meadows, I finally texted you back. It took me 5 days. And in my defense, they were 5 very, very busy days where I would think about it twice a day like, oh my God, I have to text him back. And I sat down and I was doing a bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to make it on the air tonight. And then it just hit me. I was like, just stop and text him back right now or you're never going to get back to him. So I'm not giving myself a pat on the back for that.
We will meet up.
Giving you an apology that it took so long.
We'll meet up when we have money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, my credit card today literally was like, BT Dubs, you have maxed me out. There's no more money on me.
Credit cards are like, you have broken my back. This could not have come at a better time. To Etsley, yes, I did get the new job. I'm very happy. I'm just going to say this. It was almost a year I was laid off.
Yes.
Almost a year. I think it was around 9.5 months because it was middle of June to beginning of April. So 9.5 months, which is that movie. I got laid off. I think there's a movie called 9.5 months. It's also a gestation period. But my long and short of it, I was fired making X and I had unemployment. I did whatever I could for extra money. I went back to work after like just barely making it razor thin. And I now make $18,000 a year more than I made before. So, yeah, it was hard, but it was fucking worth it.
Thank you so much, Josh Lee Matt, for subscribing on Twitch.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Did we shout out Valley Grills? I feel like we did. If not, thank you, Valley Grills, for subscribing as well. A lot of subscriptions coming in. Here's the thing about subscribing with your Twitch Prime. You get 1 free subscription every rolling 30 days. It doesn't reset at the beginning of the month. So if you subscribed on the 5th, you can't resubscribe until the 5th, but most people don't do it until like the 6th or the 7th. And because of the nature of how it pushes that date out, eventually Twitch gets a month for free from you where you can't subscribe. And that happened to a lot of us in March because I was waiting to resubscribe to my own channel. And, I was just like, God damn it, I can't do it till the 28th. And if I forget, that's $5 free from myself to myself. And I need that fucking money.
I always give it to my friend Feedback.
He deserves it. He's a great streamer.
If you guys... I think his little name is on the top of the Twitch chat, but that's my friend. I went to high school with him, but we've hung out since elementary school. He's like awesome streamer, really good at PUBG, and FPS games in general. Knows a lot
about coffee too.
Knows a lot about coffee.
He's a nice dude.
He's really nice.
Good dude.
Yeah, just go to his stream, check it out.
Aquar says, I'll see what I can do about the college, Robin.
Please.
Oh, snaps.
Because UNLV is getting expensive. And I'm dying.
Those were not words.
I know.
I think you said kitten in there at some point. Kat says, is he talking about his new job right now? I don't have speakers on this computer.
Computer.
Kind of was, yeah. So, tis Jackie. God damn it. And I think my email didn't get sent then. Resend it. Just resend it, and we'll look at it. And if we're like, this looks familiar, we'll look back to the other ones.
Yeah, and make sure it was sent to the right address. Because sometimes, I know my cousin once sent it to the wrong. He put a different letter in there, and it sent it to the wrong place.
Some people do scarish at storytime.com. Some people mess it all up. It's just storytime at scarish.com. The other way that you can make sure you don't have to worry about that stuff, send it through the website. Because the website automatically sends it to the right spot.
Yeah, go to scarish.com. There's a little contact us page. You fill everything in, and that will send it to us.
You don't have to worry about your emails not getting into the sent folder and leaving correctly. The website handles all that stuff. You can put in what your email address is so we can reach back out to you. And just let us know, like, hey, I sent this before. Check and see. Blah, 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 blah.
There's a lot of hand gestures. I was just like, da, 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 da. What the fuck?
Webbed you.
Oh, my God.
Friends, we didn't used to do that. We used to do the motion and do that all
Dude,
the time.
I feel like we went to a movie once with my friend Brett.
Yep.
And I did that.
In front of children. It was Iron Man 3. We're sitting around talking.
That's what Iron Man 3 was.
We were just sitting around talking, and it was just like 5 of us. And she does this thing where, like, when we're in public, she's like, well, I mean, in general, she's like, I'm going to be mean to him. But this night, she was like, I'm going to be real, real mean to him. And I was talking, and, like, as close as she could get to my face, she does the fucking jerk-off motion, like, in my face while I'm speaking, and then, like, flings it in my face. And I was just, there was like literally like an 8-year-old behind us. And I just like looked, and I was like, I just snapped. I was just like, what the fuck is your problem? And I went on this just profanity-laced tirade in the middle of Iron Man 3. It hadn't started yet. The previews hadn't even started yet. But there's like children around. And in my head, I'm like, this is not cool that you're doing this. But I heard some people laughing. So I was like, keep going. So I'm sure at least one parent there was like, I hate that dude. I hate him so much. That happens a lot with me, I think, actually.
All right.
Emma, thank you for joining us late. Sorry about the lag. That's on our end.
Miss Deezy says, am I missing marbles? We have not done marbles yet. We will let you guys know. I think we still have 2 more stories. 1 more story. 2 more stories.
I have another story. You have another story. Anyone who's here, if you see someone say, I'm late, let them know. They're lagging. They
Thank
suck.
you so much, Miss Daisy.
Shout out to Miss Daisy. That's 7 months in a row, Miss Daisy.
You guys are so supportive.
You really
like,
are. We love all of you.
Absolutely so supportive. And we literally could not do this without you guys. You guys are the bomb. Bomb.com.
Meadow says, yeah, you did. We were going to put you on blast. Yeah, dude. It took me. I had to go get new suits. We only had I had one afternoon where I could go get suits. And that was like Saturday afternoon. I had to take, and it was like the 31st, and Kohl's had 30% off if you had like a charge card. So I was just like, there was so much stuff I had to do. And like every minute since like last Thursday, I think was when we watched Empire Records. Every minute of every day has been like, you're going to wake up at this time and this is when you're going to go to bed, and everything has been filled. Literally tonight, as soon as we're off, I have to edit the episode. Tomorrow I go to work, come back. We record the 3rd episode of Scene Missing. I get to edit that. And then I officially get to try and get it up on Libsyn and have money for the hosting fees. And then Friday, when I get home from work, I can like take some time off, unwind a little bit. Saturday we have D&D. So it's a lot of stuff.
Holy crap.
A lot of stuff going on right now.
I forgot about D&D.
Thank you, Emma. I appreciate that.
I'm doing like art crap to try and get
She's
ready
getting
for
ready
Level
for
Up
the
Expo.
She's getting ready for Level Up Expo, yeah.
Which, if you guys go to my art account on Instagram, I posted, or to my Twitter, I posted the new stickers that I got that I'll have at Level Up Expo and stuff too. I'm trying to make as much art as possible. I have to finish my toga from My Hero Academia, and there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's also 2 more emails.
Yeah, sorry. Let's finish the chat real
We're
quick.
pretty much caught up. Emma said congrats.
Still a whole bunch of stuff went up that I didn't see.
Go for it. You can read the rest then.
I can't. Yeah, you have to scroll up, man.
I mean, we get to the end of it, and folks keep talking. And the way I handle it, at least, is then I start up, and when I get back to it when I'm done, I go to the last thing that I read. Because it's just going to be like a 2-hour hangout sesh where we just all talk to each other, which is fine. I wish we could just do that. But we're here to be reading stories and stuff like that. Go for it.
There's still... Never mind. Whatever. This is why I have my own Twitch up. Okay. I'm just going to read my thing because I don't have power.
I'm just trying to get us back to reading the stories. That's all. We can always go back and read these. We got the backlog and everything. Right. So
okay. So
we were caught up at one point. I'm next.
Right.
I went first.
Oh.
You went second. I go third. Then you go fourth. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the third. Don't do that. You ruined my transition. Every time, ladies and gentlemen. Every time. And other. And all. Every time, everyone. Stop. Please. You have to stop making noise.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and move into my third. Fuck. God damn it.
That wasn't my fault.
Stop laughing at me. I'm going to go ahead and move into my next email, which is the third of the show. And this one's subject is a couple of my spookies, smiley face. Quick pause to those of you listening to the audio version. I screwed up the intro to this like 5 times. And I've noticed when I edit, sometimes we talk about some serious shit. Like we talk about like mental illness or stuff that we want to bring awareness to. And because we go off on a tangent that I eventually edit out, by the time we get back into the next thing, we're laughing about something, or we're laughing about the fact that I completely screwed up the transition. So it goes from like, yeah, that's just some really serious shit Anyways, and we sound like the craziest people on the planet, and I want to apologize for that. That said, I'm going to read this friggin' email now. Starts out like this. Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Haley. I'm 25, and I live in Oklahoma City. That's pretty cool.
Cool. Never been there. Wait, where is that? Oklahoma?
It's in Oklahoma.
I
There's
have
some
to ask
yeah,
because
there's some
Kansas
places.
City is not in Kansas.
Michigan City's in Indiana.
What the
Just
F?
saying. I've been listening to your podcast since you read my brother's stories back in November, in parentheses, I think.
Cute.
He wrote a story about the time he was little and told our dad he was talking to Grandma Hazel, I remember this one, and said she helps me sometimes, which I remember happening because I'm 3.5 years older than him, and I remember our dad getting crazy goosebumps from what my brother said. I love scary everything, so all of your content is straight up my alley. I want to give you a shout out for being a good big sister and not setting your brother on fire when you heard him say that, because that would be some creepy shit.
I've been very mean to my younger sister when we were younger, so.
She doesn't let you forget about it either.
Nope.
The email continues.
I don't let her forget it either.
That's
I
true.
remember what you did to my hair.
Wow. The email continues anyway, like you knew we were going to do that. I feel like I have a lot of scary stories, but the best ones are from my old job, so I've decided to include a few from there and one heartwarming one to round it out. It's a pretty good spread. I enjoy it. You can absolutely read these on the podcast. Like everyone always says, sorry if this is super long. Never be sorry.
We like long ones. I mean,
we sure
oh
do.
my God. This isn't episode 69, okay? We're at episode 60.
Yeah, we had a lot of sex jokes in episode 69, which was like a really highly downloaded episode. I think we picked stuff that people wanted to hear. Or I don't know what happened, but we were very happy about it. The email continues. I'm a therapist now. That's good. We have some emails to send back to you because I got some shit I need to work through.
Oh my God.
I'm a therapist now working on my full license, but I worked for 4 years at a nonprofit that did forensic interviews for child abuse victims.
Wow.
That is intense.
That is incredible.
Yeah. For 3 years, I worked the front desk, and for 1 year, I worked as a family advocate. To give you some background, the house was built in 1895. It's 2 stories with a basement, in parentheses, sorry, Robin, and it's had a lot of work done to accommodate the need for more offices.
Thank you so much, Woo Scariest.
Shout out to Woo Scariest for subscribing on Twitch for the 2nd month in a row. We appreciate you so very much. So, 2 levels and a basement. That's scary. Had a lot of work done because there need to be more offices. What?
I'm just thinking like 2 girls in a basement. I'm just like, or 2.5
She's trying to make a
men
2 girls 1 cup
No.
reference here. I'm just gonna say it again. Never seen the video. Never fucking will. Gross. The people that watched it, you're sick. So
I've seen it. I'm not sick.
you're sick. Going on. The entire campus is made up of 5 old homes that were all turned into offices, and I spent 3 years in the big main house and 1 in an annex house across the street. There have been several stories about people having creepy things happen before I got there, and I didn't have my first experience for about 7 months after I started. And now we begin. And this first story is called First, in parentheses, and Scariest.
Ooh.
We used to keep toys in the kitchen during Christmas time so the kids could pick a present to take home after the interview. I got in the habit of keeping the door closed so the kids couldn't see the toys before it was time and it would ruin the surprise. That totally makes sense. The door to the basement was just inside the kitchen, and it was a pocket door that just opened to stairs. I was putting the last of the Christmas decorations into the basement as we were about to be closed through the end of New Year's. I had heard stories about one of my coworkers having an experience in the basement, so when I was walking back up the stairs, I got some serious heebie-jeebies and ran the rest of the way up the stairs and shut the basement door,
I do that.
shut the kitchen door, and then finished putting the lid back on the trash can and putting the crayon bucket back on its shelf. Yeah, you just sprint up the stairs sometimes when you're in a basement.
Well, not even just that, though. If I'm in some place, even at work, if I'm in a darker corner of the building and there's no one and I feel weird, I will start to either speed walk or just run. Or like when I'm in a bathroom by myself at a random like restaurant or a place while we're out and I'm the only one in there and it's dark and creepy, or I just watched a horror movie.
Dark and full of terrors.
I will literally do my business, go really fast, not even look up at the mirrors or anything, do my thing, and run out the door.
I can confirm this is true. She's taken the quickest pee I've ever seen in a, Cheesecake Factory. And it was like, the bathroom was really far away, and I swear she turned the corner, and then she was right behind me. And she was like, I need to sit back down, okay? Yeah, when I'm in a creepy situation, in my head, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm a badass, I'm like, fuck you. Like, I just think that to myself, like, I'm not running. And on occasion, though, I have broken and been like, oh, my God, I'm going to die. I had one time in college, I was walking to my car. It was like 10 o'clock at night. The parking lot is empty, but I had gotten there in the morning. I used to have a school schedule, which was like 10 to 10:30 at night. It was horrible. And I was walking to my car, and my car is as far away as it can get. Because when I got there at 10 in the morning, the entire parking lot is full. So it's like half a mile to my car. And I'm walking, not thinking much, thinking about like how much I hate my life or whatever. And I'm pretty close to my car, and I'm walking, and one of the street light goes off. Like the lights in the parking lot just goes click and like goes off.
No, that
and
means there's a demon.
That happens to people sometimes, though. And I think a lot of people, when that happens, are like, oh, there's a demon or a vampire. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not one of those people. And then I kept walking, and then the next light went off.
No.
And I was like, if you were anyone else,
shut up.
You'd be freaked out and you'd be running to your car. And I'm walking, and at this point, it's like you're kind of in slow motion, and I'm looking at that third light that's about to come up, and I'm like, all right, that fucking light goes out. I'm sprinting to my car, and I'm just walking, and I get parallel with the light, and I walk past it, and it doesn't go out. I'm like, cool. And right when I think, like, you're safe, and I have this, like, sigh of relief, boom, the fucking light goes out. And I took off, man. Just boom. I sprinted straight to my car, got in, turned my car on, just took off out of the parking lot. Like, you're going to have to catch me, Satan. Like, I was terrified after I got done telling myself, like, people are dumb. Oh, that's creepy. Fuck me. Those are my thoughts, basically.
I refuse to park that far away.
It's different for girls, though. It's different for women. You guys have to worry about, like, men raping people because they're horrible human beings.
And so at where I go to school, UNLV, woo woo.
You lean back away from your microphone.
Sorry. Yeah, there's a parking lot, and it's huge. It stretches super freaking far. They use it for everything. The rodeo, they use it for whatever NCAA tournaments that happen there. And you could possibly park all the way on the edge, and it would take you like 10, 20 minutes to walk all the way to your class. That's on the edge of the actual like campus where all the buildings are. And I refuse to park far at all because when you're out there at night, there are no lights in the parking lot.
That's dumb. That's super dumb.
Yeah, there are no lights. And so you're just walking in the fucking dark, and it's really freaking far. And so I refuse to, especially because as someone who is not at all fit, I don't trust people. So I'm just.
Are you saying you don't think you're going to be able to get away if you have to run?
I would probably die.
Okay.
So
good information. Yeah. Please don't stalk Robin. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, she's gonna murder you if you do. I'm gonna get back to this email. So they just ran up. For those of you who are like these fucking tangents, she just ran up the stairs, slammed the door to the kitchen, and put away this crayon bucket. It goes on to say, I sat down at my desk, and maybe a few minutes later, I heard something plastic hitting the floor really loudly and roll around. I thought the crayons had fallen, and I was annoyed because I was going to have to pick up like 200 crayons. When I looked around the corner, I saw that the snap-on lid on the trash can was about 6 feet away from the trash can itself, and the kitchen door was cracked open. I ran up the stairs to my friend's office, in parentheses, and if we're being honest, I was yelling, Jess, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You turned into a My Chemical Romance song. And found that everyone else still in the office that afternoon was in her office and had been for a while. So basically it's like there's no one in the office that could have done that to you, which is just super, super
I
creepy.
think that's smart, though, to yell out, like, I'm not okay.
When I'm not okay, I yell, I need an adult. Like, legitimately, I yell that. So that's probably a good thing.
Not fire?
Tell your friend, I yell fire when Robin won't stop harassing me, but no, I yell out, I need an adult. The email goes on to say, other things that happened. The therapy dog we had for a while wouldn't go up the stairs in the annex house I worked in. He would sit at the landing of the stairs and growl towards the top of them and had to be carried up the stairs.
But he would still go in.
He'd go into the house but refused to go up the stairs and would growl up the stairs.
But if you carry him up, then he'll hang out in the room.
He would go up. It just says he'd had to be carried up. It does not elaborate.
So there must be. It's something about the stairs that are scary.
I don't know. Goes on to say, and these are kind of like bullet points. We heard breathing coming from a small locked storage closet behind a coworker's desk.
That's fucked.
That coworker had someone trapped in there. What's up?
There, in our bathroom at work, there's like a silver panel, and sometimes I give myself anxiety thinking there's something on that other side, or that something's gonna come out of the metal panel or something like that. I don't know if you guys ever get
Give yourself anxiety?
Get scared, like make yourself scared from small stupid things like that shouldn't make you scared, but you scare yourself.
I try and not do that to myself. Like in my life, I don't need any more anxiety. So I'm like, cool. Set your mind to not do that to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to these bullet points. They're not actually bulleted. They're just like triple spaced. So I know that it's a new thing. That's just like a quick blurb about something creepy that happened. So we just got to the one where there was someone locked in someone's storage closet. Got it.
But not actually locked in the storage closet.
I just heard breathing coming from there. Blinds would sway and rattle when the air conditioning wasn't running and no one had touched them. Once this happened in full daylight while a child's mother was the only one in the waiting room, and we just looked at each other for a while in complete shock until I walked over and stopped them with my hand and then pretended like nothing was wrong. When you're
my heart would be like racing.
When you're the person in charge in a situation like that, you have to pretend like everything's okay.
Oh my God.
In the second house I worked in, myself and the other coworker, awesome. My thing just jumped all over the place. I hate this setup so much. Okay. Scrolling down. In the second house I worked in, myself and the other coworker I shared.
What?
Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, my foot making the noise.
That sounded like a straight up fart.
No.
I felt it in my feet over here.
Yeah, I know.
And she's saying it was her foot. That was just my shoe. What the fuck ever, Robin?
I took my socks off and my feet are fucking wet. Okay, look.
Okay, she's been able to redo
my
that.
foot is wet because it's hot in here,
and
I'm sliding it against my seat.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to read,
You're
and my feet were like. I was like, what the fuck was that? Okay, I'm getting back to this now. The blinds, we just did that thing. In the second, don't hit me. In the second house I worked in, myself and the other coworker I shared the house with would hear the child covers on the doorknobs rattling by themselves at least once a week down the hall when no one else was in the house.
Oh my gosh, I would find a new job super quick.
Yeah, this is super creepy stuff, but it's really good. And now it says, last story. I had a stalker when I was in my freshman/sophomore year of high school, and therefore, obviously, I have a hard time with TV shows or movies that have stalking as a theme.
Like Stalker.
Yeah, I was going to say Stalker is probably not a good one. I used to watch Ghost Whisperer when I got home from school my senior year, and there was an episode where the theme was just that. I decided to watch it to see if I could do it and handle it, in parentheses, can't avoid things forever, right? It's always good to like dip your toe back in the waters and see how you're able to handle it. The best way I can explain that to people who've never suffered a trauma, have you ever eaten a food and then gotten sick afterwards and been like, can never eat that again?
I'll eat it again.
Happened to me with El Pollo Loco, didn't eat it for 2 years. However, I can eat it again. Going back to this. Turns out I couldn't, and I had started to cry and needed to change the channel. When I sat up to turn the channel and go splash water on my face, I felt a cold, firm pressure on the top right part of my forehead, and I was overwhelmed by the smell of my grandpa, who had passed the year before. He always kissed my forehead when he saw me, and I couldn't feel that it was
chills.
and I could feel that it was him. When I went to the bathroom, my face didn't look anything like anything had happened. Usually if I cry, my nose and my eyes are red for much longer than the time I'm actually sad. I knew he had stepped in to make me feel better, and I felt completely calm to the point that when I looked in the mirror, I couldn't find a single sign that something had been wrong. That is really good.
That's really good. Get scrolling, buddy.
It's just like my scroll bar keeps like getting big and small and big and small and jumping all over the place, and it is incredibly frustrating, and I apologize. So those are a few of my stories. I didn't want to overload you guys, even though you always say the emails are never too long. They really aren't. I appreciate you taking the time to read my stories, and I have to tell you that I adore you guys, and I love listening to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that so much. I've had a hard time lately, and you really brighten my day. Let me know when you're going to read it so I can tell my brother. I will send you an email right after this and let you know that it's coming out on Friday. Also, being a therapist, I have a lot of random knowledge about mental health. If you guys ever have a question about the history of mental health institutions,
thank you, Josh and Matt, for following.
Parentheses, comma, institutions, comma, or specific stuff like sleep paralysis and hypogogic. You can read that. I'm gonna punt that one.
Hypnagogic,
hypnopompic, hallucinations, and ones that happen when you're falling asleep / waking up. I know these stories come in a lot. Feel free to ask. I love geeking out about my career. That's awesome. I love that you love what you do.
Your career is amazing. So cool.
It really is.
I can't imagine having that as a career. That's awesome.
Super awesome. And it ends. Thank you for everything you do, and keep on creeping on. Well, thank you for sending that in, Haley. We really, really
Yeah,
appreciate it. It
thank
was
you
also
so much.
really,
It was
really
really
effing good.
I really like when people add all these cool experiences they've had, and seriously, it doesn't have to be one big long story, guys. It could be like this happened and this happened and this happened, and it's just like your life is a whole bunch of coincidences or weird things that have just happened to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you so much, Haley. It was cool.
Great. That was amazing. And again, if you have any more, send them on in. So good stuff. Let's look over into Stream Chat and see what you fine folks had to say. So I don't say fine folks a lot anymore because I used to sign off every episode of Nerd Chills with it. Where can the fine folks find you is what I used to say.
I hate that.
And I used to get made fun of for it. So let's see what you fine folks had to say.
Do you think I'll get hit for that?
Get hit for what?
Copyright strike for
you and
humming
LV?
that.
Oh, no, you won't.
All right, so keep on.
Okay, Hey Mate is the last thing I remember seeing. The stream is a bit wonky, so don't think it's your internet. Thank you so much, Etsley, for letting me know. Really appreciate it.
Hopefully, 21 notifications. I bet it's
those are all that we're dropping frames.
Holy crap.
Every one of those notifications happened between when we started reading the story and now. We've had 21 notifications from Streamlabs that say, hey, your internet sucks. Delete your computer.
Let's see. Anna says, the other Anna, not Oriana, says, I don't regret leaving him in that room. I tried telling him I was leaving, but the man slept like a Snorlax in the middle of the road.
That's fucking funny.
Snorlax is one of my favorite Pokemon, FYI. It's about that story that I read.
Yes.
About her leaving her friend because his room was haunted. I think that's hilarious. Let's see.
Anna says, holy shit, go Adam. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very, very happy
Josh
to be back
says
to work.
that Haunter, though. I love, my favorite Pokemon of all time is Gengar, and so I love Haunter. I love those ghost Pokemon. And so we had to obviously have Haunter be our little subscription
I was so
ghosty.
excited that Haunter was there and Sableye is also there. Sableye never pops up. I think it's for like hosting or something like that. But it is one of our notifications.
I love Pokemon. That I just drew a whole series of evolutions for Level Up Expo, so I gotta line art those and color them in.
Carly says, holy crap, I just realized I've been listening for at least a year. You have indeed. Thank you so much for supporting us, Carly.
Yeah,
huge
seriously.
shout out to you.
You setting up the Discord, doing all this stuff, you're like, OG. Boop.
Emma says, congrats. Thank you so much.
Let's see.
I remember seeing A's Monster said, the owners where I work are convinced our warehouse is haunted, so at least you're not alone. Kat says, gasp, me too.
Jackie says they sent their email through the website, so we might just not have gotten to it yet. It might be in the near future.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like, message us, just email us and say like, hey, this is what it was. Can you check back and see if you've gotten it or not? And if we haven't, we'll put it in the queue and we'll skip it to the front. And if we have, we'll let you know if we've already read it or not. And if we have, we'll let you know which episode eventually. Carly says, I won a giveaway on my birthday last year, which is April 24th, and I was listening well before then.
Oh, Carla says, I've just been, no, not Carly, Chessie Cat says, I've just been listening for a year because I remember listening to the pod when my grandpa died, and it was a year on Tuesday.
That's so sad.
That's so sad. We're glad you've joined us, and we are very sorry for your loss. That's the worst.
Anna says, yay, D&D. Could you post a link to Scene Missing somewhere?
Oh, and then Glitch was on that. I noticed that. He put all this stuff on
TheMoviePod.com is the website. We don't have it up on the podcast services yet because we don't have the episodes in the queue. We have one recorded. We have two recorded. We're going to get the third. So that way when we release, which we've learned when releasing podcasts, you should have a few of them for your audience to listen to. So that way they can listen to it, decide if they like it, subscribe to it, and then rate and review. Which when we release, we're going to spam our social medias a ton because rates and reviews are incredibly important in the first 3 to 4 weeks of a podcast life cycle. So we will be begging all of you to go drop us some 5 stars.
Silver says, Adam gets so flustered. Yeah, you do. Anna
do
says,
I get flustered?
When you're annoyed or when you're frustrated.
I get frustrated when my computer doesn't work right because it's like, it's not just one thing. It's literally all of these things. Like before the show, the donation goal wouldn't work. We're dropping frames like crazy. I can't even scroll through an email. I'm like, if we weren't on the air, I would just Hulk smash the shit out of this computer, which is a complete lie because I desperately need it.
Anna says, he reminds me of my brother when I piss him off.
That's funny.
La 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 la. Okay, I don't know why that song
Daisy
stuck
said,
in my head.
"Whoa, stuff is happening." Hopefully it wasn't creepy stuff.
Lexus says, "Hey guys, I'm sick and dying. So sorry I'm late. If you're sick and dying, you should be resting."
Yeah, thank you for joining us,
better.
and we're sorry that we're lagging so much. Emmett says to Kat, "Welp, if you see a ghost or demon, make sure to get proof. Facebook Live." That's what I'm saying.
Akbar says, "We like long ones." Title of your sex tape. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I said it right this time.
You did. Jessica says, "Just joined, but why is Adam so neatly attired, living for it?" I have a job now, so I have to wear business.
Nice.
I can wear less flashy stuff, which I realized after I bought all my suits. But I might as well like just buy them and just wear them and just fucking rock it. So Miss Easy says the stream is skipping. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could do about it.
It's annoying, and we're so sorry that
Josh
this
is
episode
so hard to follow. That's why I'm like, let's not do too many tangents.
Yeah, sorry. I know we have a lot of tangents, and we try to keep it on a nice, even, like, keep them to a minimum. But it's hard.
Do we?
No. I like to tell stories. That's why we do this. Let's see. Binge listened to 5 episodes at work today. First time watching live, but I'll definitely be back next week. Thank you so much, Josh, for joining us.
We hope our internet is sorted out.
Yes, and it's not as laggy. It normally is not this
It really
bad.
is not. Like, we've had this happen maybe twice we've been doing this live for like 30 episodes now, and it's maybe happened 2 or 3 times at most, and it's never been this bad.
Carly says, quote, "In my life, I don't need any more anxiety," end quote, by Adam Diaz. Most relatable quote ever.
If you have habits where you're like, oh, I do this to myself and it makes me feel bad about myself, or it gives me anxiety, it's like, then stop. It's like, yeah, this person's a therapist. If I was a therapist, I'd be like, then stop doing that, dumb. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Don't torture yourself. I couldn't do that for the last 9.5 months. Because I was unemployed and I didn't need anything making me feel bad about that. I had to stay positive. And the reason I was able to stay positive is because of you awesome people. That's why.
Silver says their tangents make people moist.
Wow. Gross.
My sister hates that word.
I'm scrolling a little bit quick here. I know I said someone say it sounds like, here it is. Anna says, so what I'm hearing is Robin's feet are moist. Apparently.
I'm sweating. My hands are sweaty too. I don't know. It's not as bad as my sister's, what is it called? Hyperhidrosis.
Her hands sweat like a crazy person.
Yeah, my hands are sweating. I don't know why.
Someone said moist. It was Miss Deasy. And then Silver says slippery.
Oh, God. This is episode 60, people.
Oh, we get to do episode 69 again. I just realized that when we get in 9 weeks, we're going to have the worst broadcast ever. It'll probably be stable with lots and lots of sex references. Carly says, I haven't eaten a calzone in 9 years because I got food poisoning after my last.
My cousin won't eat fish because she choked on a fish bone once when she was a little girl, and she's like 30-something.
I know a lot of people who gave up on fish because of that. Kat says, I got food poisoning from bad sushi once in college. Still love sushi, though.
I've never sworn off any food yet from getting sick. Like, I've gotten sick, but I haven't sworn off anything because I love food.
Silver says, the whole phrase food poisoning is so dramatic, LOL. Carly says, that bout of food poisoning ultimately made me lose 30 pounds. It was dramatic, LOL.
30 pounds. What'd you eat? I need that.
Anna says, wait a minute. Did Adam woo in the beginning and I missed it? I did woo, but the stream probably froze. Don't worry. You will hear it in the audio version.
Cat Beatrix said, he did. Got no speakers, but I heard him in my mind's ear.
Aww.
Leo Chacha says, holla!
Thank you for joining us. We're sorry our internet sucks and the stream is lagging. I look professional because I got the new job and this is what I wear to work. So I just came back from work and was like, let's get this stream set up. Oh, look, all the shit's not working and I have no effing time to fix it. We're still going to go live, though. I was Bill O'Reilly before the show. I was like, we're doing it fucking live. Not true. I was actually really calm before the show because we didn't know I was lagging until then. So
you know what is true? That you're not wearing pants.
I will neither confirm or deny the existence of pants on my body right now. What I will say is I look pretty good from the waist up. So That's all I'm going to
I
say.
mean, you look good from the waist down, too.
Thank you.
Wait, this is an episode 69. Let's keep going.
Very sweet of you. You say let's keep going, but you are next. So
Oh,
give us a
I meant in
great
the
transition.
Chat. Oh, but if we're at the bottom.
We're at the bottom. Thank you for
Sweet.
the congratulations on the job.
All right. So this next email is from our friend Spooky Zora. So
Who is in Twitch right now? I just looked over and saw Spooky Zora's name pop up.
the title is "My partner got sucked into my night terror."
That sucks.
That sucks.
Get it?
But it's ha 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 ha.
Did you really not get that?
Yeah, I just got it. Okay. So this one goes. Hey, Robin and Adam. Hello. Spooky Zora here from the Discord. They and them pronouns. FYI, just in case you.
I know.
All
On
right.
the Discord, they have they and them in their name so that folks know.
Smart.
It is very smart.
Here's a scary and hilarious story about the time my partner got sucked into my night terror, which I'd love for you to share on the podcast. So here we go.
Here we go.
I want to say I started getting night terrors in my early 20s, but I never had one when my partner and I slept in the same bed. Until now. He knew I had them, as every time I have one, I love telling people the story, but apparently he wasn't quite prepared. We went to bed like normal.
You are not prepared.
We went to bed like normal around 11 p.m. That's early, man.
11 p.m.? I have to start going to bed at that time. I get up at 6 now. It is hard. This is my 4th cup of coffee today. I'll probably have one more. I am surviving on coffee right now. Hashtag just saying.
Okay. Cool. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then I wake up, look to my right, and I see a horned, shadowy figure standing on my side of the bed with its arm outstretched towards me. Freaky. However, at this point, I've been having terrors for a while, so I know the drill. I start yelling involuntarily and flailing my arms, trying to fight it. But my rational brain knows that it will probably go away. This all happens in seconds. I realize it's not real, start to calm down, and then I realize that someone else is yelling. It's my partner, and at that moment, I think, holy fuck, there's something there. If it wasn't actually a demon, then some man was in my room. If my partner is yelling, it must mean he sees it too. So, instead of disappearing like it should, the thing stays there, and I start clawing at the bed covers, trying to get away from it towards my partner's side of the bed. Story break to remind you of my them and they pronouns. Aw, that's nice. Good. Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder.
Then my brain catches up again. I realize it's not real, so I stop yelling and flailing and it goes away. But my partner is still freaking out. I start to try and calm him down, and that's when my brother slams into the room ready to fight. And I think, holy fuck, I'm not wearing pants, just like Adam.
Wow.
And I throw the blankets back over myself. My partner can finally talk, and I realize he's saying, you're yelling. And I shout back, you're yelling louder. Oh my God. And then my mom runs into the room. Oh, it's become a family affair. So my brother, quickly realizing everything is relatively normal, besides the grown adults sitting up in bed and yelling at the top of their lungs, and he leaves. My mom is still scared as fuck and asking me if I'm okay, which I tell her that I am. And my partner is not yelling anymore, but he's still wide-eyed and shaking. After everyone leaves my room, my partner and I get a chance to talk, and he tells me his side of the story. From what he remembers, he thinks that I was probably moving a lot in my sleep because in his dream, I started convulsing like I was possessed or something. Then I started yelling, and that's when he thinks that he woke up and started freaking out because I probably actually was convulsing. I've never seen what I look like when I have a night terror, but I know I move a lot. I explained that I was having a night terror, and he says, that's what they're like? We need to do something about this. Why, yes. Yes, you do.
They're called night terrors for a reason. There's nightmares and there's night terrors. And night terrors are much, much worse.
I just start laughing. Once I'm out of the night terror, I usually instantly stop being scared. It took my partner a long time to calm down. It took my partner a longer time to calm down than I did. His eyes kept darting around the room like he was trying to see something, and he sort of freaked out when I tried to kiss him because I think I got in his face too quickly while he was still scared. I would have headbutted. Like, when
sorry about that. I just
when
bashed you with my forehead.
You know what I mean? You jerk. So if someone's like coming at your face real fast and then you
I'm sorry. It's the episode 69 carrying over. You said jerk, and I was like, keep your shit together, Diaz. And then you said coming at your face, and I was like, damn it.
Whatever. Moving on then. But we watched some funny YouTube videos and eventually calmed down. When I looked at the clock after it happened, it was only 12 a.m. Bet you thought I was going to say 3. That would have been my guess, yes. We had only been asleep for an hour. Every time I tell this story, I have to laugh when I remember him shouting, "You're yelling, you're yelling." And I said back, "You're yelling louder." Thanks for doing what you guys do. I have so much fun listening to all the stories and all your banter. Talk to you in the next story. Spooky Zora.
Thank you, Spooky Zora, for sending that. Spooky Zora is the perfect example of someone who said, I have a lot of stories. I'll send them if you want. And we said, yes, please send them. And they've broken apart their stories into multiple emails and sent them in. And I want folks to know it is 100% okay to do that. And we truly appreciate it. So thank you, Spooky Zora, for sending that in. I love the idea of someone screaming, "You're yelling louder!" Because I just hear you yelling that louder than someone else. And it's just ironic and hilarious. So thank you for that. Sorry about your night terrors.
Yeah.
I've had those before. Those suck. So let's take a break. Look over in the stream chat. See what you folks had to say. Hopefully Robin can read it from over there. Actually, we're going to scroll to the top of it and start going down, and then I'll get Marbles on stream set up. And thank you to everyone who's sticking with us. Let's get up here. So Jaxie Babe said, thank you for trying to pronounce my name at some point. And I looked over and I realized I don't know which name you were in YouTube. So I apologize for however I fucked it up. Yeah, Leo Chacha had just joined in. Spooky Zora said congrats on the job. That's when we started because that's when you said it was from Spooky Zora, and I saw that message come in.
Josh said, maybe I'm just bad luck. This never happens. You're not bad luck. It's just our internet is. They're probably trying to get people to upgrade.
It's not just that.
Right?
We have
So throttling
construction
it and
up
stuff.
the ass out in front of our house right
Yeah,
now.
you're
It's
totally
hard to
right.
sleep right now, and it's hard to get anywhere, like, my new job. So I went in yesterday for my second day. I left 25 minutes early to travel 4 miles, and I was 10 minutes late. I was super pissed, and my new boss is like, it's okay. And so I left like 40 minutes early today, and I got there with like 3 minutes left because it's that bad right now. I don't know if those two things coincide or if it's just the internet being stupid and poopy, but it's super frustrating.
Cool.
It's not your fault, is what we're saying.
It is not your fault.
It's Cox's fault.
Please keep joining us. Spooky Zora says, just keep swimming.
Jaxie Babe says, Robin for the next Disney princess.
Oh,
I
would love
agree.
to be a Disney princess.
Robin-
I want to cosplay a Disney princess one day, or like Disney Bound as one. I totally want to
Robin
bound as
is
one
a
one
Disney
day.
princess. Esley says, how is slippery worse than moist? I don't know.
I don't think slippery is worse than moist. I think moist is.
Slippery.
No, moist is worse. Moist.
Spooky Zora says, so I just signed on and the video keeps pausing. So Jaxie Babe, I don't know why you mentioned me with your comment about Robin and Disney princesses. Haha. And Carly says, it was a damn calzone.
Jaxie Babe says, your quote is from Dory, who's from Disney, isn't it? Or is it not? Yeah, it is from Disney. Yeah, Finding Nemo is Disney because they have the Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland. Yep.
Anna says, kinky. I think
that's about saying that you don't have bands.
Yeah, then Lexa said, Robin really put Adam on blast, LMAO. This dude doesn't give a fuck. I wasn't going to say it. I want to be like, yo, dogs, I'm not wearing pants, but I'm not. Don't care. You can't see there. You can't see it. I wore a skirt one time. It's like the same thing. I have underwear on. I have boxers on. No big deal. I have my socks on still, too, because they're nice and they feel good. You're welcome.
I have pants on, so.
Robin's an adult. I got home and I was like, take off the jacket, take off the pants, hang them up so you can wear it again.
We're literally Robin and that news anchor from How I Met Your Mother. The duck that never wears pants. And
That's
then
funny.
One day he just goes to work with pants on. All right.
Kat says, well, got to close up this stick hole and head home to recap this whole episode.
That's hilarious. Buena note. Let's see.
Spooky Zora says, yay, this is the one I wanted to be here for. We're glad that you arrived in time.
Etzley says, OMG Adam was like, never mind. Okay.
I was going to say something. I was going to say Spooky Zora is the example of the person that tosses in their emails the way they should.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll wait till the end and hopefully I remember. And I did.
Okay.
I'm pretty proud of that.
Cool. Continue on. They're talking about Disney princesses. Anna says, so you saw Satan in your room?
It certainly seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, folks, we've reached the end of the night.
Is that the end of the chat?
And yes, it is. That's
Holy
the bottom.
shit. Oh,
and
cool.
you know what that means?
How can you tell?
Because I can't scroll anymore. See? And then the new one just popped up and it's on
Neat.
the bottom.
I don't know these things.
So
Technology.
she just questions all of the things that I say. She doesn't believe any of it. It means it's time for Marbles on Stream. So if you are on YouTube, switch over to Twitch.tv slash Twitch.tv/Scaries Podcast right now and get a chance to win some merch. Robin, what can the folks win tonight if they win?
So we just got a bunch of window clings in.
I'm not a window
I knew
clinger.
you were going to say that. You said that last week.
It's a good
but
joke.
they are really cool. They're kind of like stickers, but
You can peel
them
them off and put 'em on
and
something.
stick them on other stuff. They don't use like sticky
They're
glue.
high quality shit, dude. Like when she told me we had those, I was like, "Oh, cool." She put it on the Cricut
Yeah,
over
I
there.
put it on the Cricut,
and it sticks to it like a sticker, and you can take it right off, and it's still sticky.
And
they're amazing.
So you can stick it to whatever surfaces you want. It doesn't have to be a window. It uses static. So static. It's called a static cling, not a window cling, but. I just call it a window cling because growing up I used it on my windows.
You can cling it to other things with static, and it doesn't have to be a window.
Yes, it's really cool. And so we're going to do 2 races, and the winner of each race is going to get one. I'll mail it out to you. I have the ones from last week. They are stamped and sitting at my desk. I just have to go to the post office.
So here's the thing. The stream seems to be behind by about 2 minutes. Maybe less, maybe more. So we're going to wait a decent amount of time for votes to come in on this. So go ahead and type in !vote, then a space, then the number of the track that corresponds with the number you want to race, and we're going to vote that way. We are also going to wait for people to join in. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So go ahead and vote for the track you would like to race. Now, I am voting for Temple of Steve because Steve is a guy I know, and he's a great, great guy.
Linda posted in the Facebook group just now. Every time you get dressed, remember, if you die, that's the outfit you wear forever.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
This will be your outfit forever.
Man, I hope
no
that doesn't
pants.
happen.
All right.
It could be worse, though. I'm pretty comfortable right now.
What is it? TV or Switch?
Twitch.tv/Scaries Podcast. Why are you laughing?
Because you were like, TV, no Switch.
Then I yelled shit. Those are all the things.
Wait, it's not Christmas yet.
Didn't some guy get shot because he was singing Christmas songs in his cab or something like that? Man, we are way behind because I'm the first person to vote. And anyone who's in the chat right now sees that I have voted. And they're like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Just wait. It'll catch up at some point. Man, this show has been an absolute nightmare tonight. And when it's done, I have to troubleshoot what was wrong with the stream donation thing. And then, after that is done, I get to edit the episode. So hi, how you guys doing?
Yeah, I
was
can't.
that noise?
This.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't believe how much lag there is. We're so sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's way behind. I've realized it by reading some of the stuff as like we're saying something. It's like not getting commented on until minutes later. I'm gonna go ahead and let you folks know that we're waiting. Oh, it won't even type now. That's awesome. There we go.
Yes. So, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. So right now, since we're waiting, I'm just gonna be like telling you guys how things are right now for us. Is kind of stressed out, waiting for Level Up Expo, trying to draw stuff, trying to be inspired to draw stuff.
Robin got into Level Up Expo like really last minute, so now
everything is last minute.
Yeah.
I have some acrylic charms coming in. I got my stickers today. I have to order more stickers because I just finished some more Pokemon, and I don't even know what people like to buy at anime conventions. Because I guess if there's
it's also a gaming convention. Level Up Expo is also a gaming convention. I've given suggestions and I've been thoroughly dismissed. So
you've given one suggestion and I hate it.
2, and it's a great idea. Just saying.
But what do you guys like? What is in right now? Because I don't know. All I know is My Hero Academia is in. Naruto's out. Boruto's definitely out. It's just like not what's popular. What I used to think was popular is no longer popular because I'm getting old and getting phased out. But yeah, no. Tell me what's popular. What should I make? What should I sell? Let me know.
We are way behind. I think we've gotten even further behind because this is not working. I did message you guys in here to let you guys know that you're not missing it. Shout out to Akasuna no Kairi 1013 who just subscribed.
Thank you so much.
For the 7th month in a row. You are phenomenal. We appreciate you. And we're just hoping you folks can catch up with us and play some marbles on stream. We got another vote. Meadows voted for 12. I think he's voting blind. Lou Scarich has voted for 12. Everyone's going to go with Robin. Fuck you guys.
It's called Scared Straight. Sounds cool.
You're scared straight.
All right.
Damn it, man. Fuck! What is going on? You're not going to realize why I'm yelling, or that I'm yelling, until it's already done. Everyone is voting for Robin. They're tossing an exclamation point.
It's not ready yet.
It's so funny. I told you guys you can wait. It's fine.
Okay, so... They're just guessing. Okay. Oh, man.
You need to help me vamp here. They're going to catch up, and this is all going to be dead air.
This is all just going to be dead air. This is bad lag, man.
Yeah, this is the worst I've literally ever experienced. It's painful.
Praise and Rebel, I'm going to die if one of us wins while being behind.
One of you is going to win while being behind. And I think we're going to probably only do one race tonight.
Oh, just one?
Because this is terrible.
We'll just do one race tonight then, because this is really...
How about one race and first and second place? How about that? Since we're already prepared to pay out.
Okay.
We're already prepared to pay out too. We're gonna stick with that.
Get it? Because they're sticky things.
Sure. At this point, it appears we're about 4 minutes behind.
Well, you can vote, or you can. Well, no. There's only one vote on my screen so far.
Oh yeah, you
on my Twitch screen.
How far behind?
I only have one vote, and that's you. So.
How long did it take you to vote? This is horrible. All right, I'm going to get into the map. It's going to be Scared Straight. 7 of you fuckers voted with Robin. So I'm going to let you folks know in chat, since chat is not lagging, to type in exclamation point play. And then by the time you catch up, I'll have already announced the winner in the real world. And then you guys can all just catch up later on. Man, this is just so frustrating. All right, we're in. Robin, join in.
Oh. All right, we're so behind, but I just put in my exclamation point play, so hopefully everyone...
Oh shit, if you just do it, you can even talk and say other stuff as long as you say exclamation point play. I accidentally joined in the podcast. Miss Deezy gifted a tier 1 sub to Glitchgrim. They've given 3 gift subs in the channel. You are amazing.
You're so cool. Thank you so much. Yes, everybody, exclamation point play now. Now is the time.
They are flowing in, and we appreciate that a lot.
Yes, now is the time. We're only going to do one race, so first and second place.
One race, top 2. We have 16 people joined in, even though you guys can't see what the fuck is going on. This is hilarious. I absolutely love it. 16 marbles. We have 34 people watching us right now, which is pretty high for as much of a shit show as it's been. It's so frustrating. I'm going to call Cox. They're going to tell me to get fucked again. And we'll see if we can get some of this stuff fixed. Your Twitch is not slow. Our Twitch is slow. And let's just hope. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that we can go ahead and get a good race in here. 10 more seconds to join. I don't know how far behind this got, but it is so epically frustrating.
Sorry, it's like so much dead air because I'm like trying to
Not
type
helping.
in chat instead. No, well, I'm trying to chat with the people that are in the actual chat because it works, you know, the chat works, but the actual video is lagging. And I don't know, does that mean the audio lags too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the audio and the video are synced. It is one upload, and it's a
Mm.
fucking shit show. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. We have 18 folks in, and click and start right now. No one is watching this live, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to go ahead and broadcast it as it were, so that way once it catches up, you folks can feel all excited about it.
Anna says Shield Hero is pretty popular right now. I've heard of Shield Hero. I've seen someone do like a My Hero Academia / Shield Hero like collab, like a mix of the characters, and I really
Raisin Rebel is out in the lead. Chessy Cat, Woo Scarish, the local Ghost Ball holding the record is Girl Panic 95. That we're all pretty much bunched up. I think it's fun that we have Scarish podcast in there for once. However, if it wins, don't worry, we will still pay out. Raisin Rebel is in the lead, and not only that, but it's outrunning Girl Panic's record. And we had 52 Nicks get eliminated. Miss Deezy has been eliminated. Raisin Rebel has been eliminated. Anna, 5949, is in first place. This is what happens when you ditch someone when you're sleeping in a haunted dorm room.
Oh my god.
Chessy Cat 98 has been eliminated. Lots of people are dying. Woo Scarish is now taking lead. Pancakes 29 is there as well. And still running ahead the record pace. And we'll see what happens. We've lost a lot of people. Badger Shell has also been eliminated. And it's going to get worse here because there's no edges. Woo Scarish has now died. Pancakes 29 is now in the lead and has crossed over and did not have to worry about that spot. I'm going to go back here and let's watch how many people fall off the edge. Abe's Monster has died. Anna has died.
Wow.
Glitch Grim has died. Amanda took a solid line along with Mike.
Wow.
Robin is bringing up the rear. And who's in first place at this point?
Pancakes?
I think it's still going to be Pancakes. When it's all swirly like this, the game can't really decide who's winning. But it is Pancakes, and they're running at a record pace. They almost made it through that little crack. Almost. That's why Girl Panic is going to have the record, and it's going to keep the record, because that is exactly how they ran it. Scarish Podcast is there just so that it can dominate everyone else. But realistically, we're still going to give out prizes to the first two people that won.
Oh my
Looks
goodness.
like Meadows is in second place at Scarish Podcast, which is really first place. And Amanda and Pancakes are back there trying to make it through. This is taking a little bit of time, but hey, champions aren't born, they're made. I don't know. What matters is that Mike has won. Congratulations, bro. And when we see you, you will get your prize. And guess who's second place? Amanda. Congratulations to the Meadowses. And we'll bring something extra for the baby if we can think of something. So congratulations, guys. And fourth place is going to be Robin, it looks like. No, Robin was stopped, and Akasuna no Kaiba was like, fudge you, Robin, and blew right past.
Okay.
Pancakes 29 and Spooky Zora are the two bringing up the rear, and we'll see if they can finish. Pancakes certainly will. Spooky Zora is still caught in the fan blade, so we'll see if you can get all the way through. Are you announcing the winners or what?
Oh,
I would let them catch up and watch, because by the time we're doing the outro, they'll be watching this, and when we turn off the stream, they won't have to listen to our stupid shit to close the show.
Well, no. Okay, so if we close out the stream,
it'll end the stream right where they're at. They won't catch up, so they won't have to listen to the outro. Meadows, Amanda, Akasuna no Kairi, Pancakes, and Spooky Zora are the only people who finished the race aside from Robin. And it looks like Chessy Cat is still way in the lead with 39 points on the season. Thank you so much for joining us all the time. When we see the points on this and see how many races that you folks have gone through, it's just really, really nice because, like, I've gone through all of them. So has Robin, which means we've had 17. Glitch Grim has been here for every single one of them. It looks like Chessy Cat's been here for 16. And Spooky Zora's been here for 15. So thank you folks so much for all the support. We really, really appreciate it. I love the fact that you guys are in the chat. And you're going to have to wait like 5 minutes to find out who won. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of marbles. And maybe the stream will catch up a little bit more since apparently we can't upload pretty much any signal right now. But it was a fun show, even though it was an absolute nightmare of a show. And, yeah, that's just how it works sometimes. And there's not a whole lot of stuff we can do about it. We could reset the stream, but realistically, it's just going to wind up being the exact same thing that it was in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and move us into the outro, and hopefully Robin will join me, and we'll go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. And then before we sign out, we'll let you folks know who won, because it might cut off before you find out, which is just hilarious. But I want to go ahead and thank everyone who sent their stories in for us to read tonight. We really appreciate you folks. And again, if you have a story you'd like to share, email storytime@scarish.com. I almost forgot it. You can also go to scarish.com, the website, and go to contact us. Send it that way. You can tweet at us at ScarishPod. Instagram is at ScarishPodcast. And if you want to message us on Facebook, which is one of the easiest ways to get a hold of us, go to facebook.com/ScarishPodcast. We also have some community stuff that you can join in on. Our Facebook page has a Scarish Spooky Friends group that you can access through our page. And join in there. There's a bunch of memes. We post a bunch of creepy stuff, some stuff that'll eventually be topics as well. You can also go and join our Discord. If you go to scarish.com, scroll down, and you will see links to all of our social medias. Find the Discord icon, click on that, and you will be joining us in Discord. We have a bunch of chat channels. We have a Game of Thrones one that's really fun to join in on. We have Dad Jokes Corner, which makes me laugh every single day. We have Not So Spooky Memes.
There's a haunted Hill House.
There's a lot of stuff. For those of you who like to share memes with your friends, that meme channel is gold. It really is. It's phenomenal. So those are the different places that you can find us. Robin, if folks wanted to donate to us financially, how could they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast, and that's monthly donations. And we have tiers from $1 and up, and there are merchandise tiers where I actually hand make stuff every season and mail them out. I literally do everything.
She literally does everything by hand.
Now he can't deliver it.
I help as much as I possibly can. I edit all the episodes. Don't act like you do everything.
Yeah, but when it comes to Patreon, I usually handle all the merchandise stuff there. So
very true.
I pack it all myself. My hands have touched everything. And then there's
it's a creepy detail to include.
Coffee, ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast. That is one-time donations, and all those donations help us upgrade our studio setup. If you guys have been with us since the beginning of all our live shows, you'll notice that the quality has improved, and that's thanks to all the donations.
Except for tonight, because of our crappy internet, which we apologize for. But to those of you who listen to the audio version, you've noticed absolutely no difference, so no big deal. But we do suggest that you join us for a live show at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast or youtube.com/scarish. It's a fun time. We interact with the chat. We let you guys know what we're thinking. We let you know what you're thinking after we read it. And a lot of times people comment on the stories that we read, and it's really good to get some instant feedback and interaction. And if you know your story is going to be on an episode, you can come watch us read it and see what we have to say, see what folks have to say live. So it's a really fun time. So I do think that's just about everything, though, that we have for episode 60 of Storytime. So we hope you folks enjoyed it. We enjoyed bringing it to you. And I'm going to go ahead and do the sign out if that's cool, could you?
Yeah.
So keep on creeping on, folks, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.